Hey everybody, welcome to another episode of Just Sports with John. And today I'm going to be talking to you about the NCAA tournament and going to be talking about ranking the last 16 teams here. So to start off, number one, I've got Villanova. And the reason I got Villanova is because they have a coach who has won the championship twice. They have a really good team. Obviously, got a number two seed. I would argue they probably should have been a one seed, really. So when you think of it in that way, I think they have the best, probably one of the best chances to win. I think they're in a fairly easy division. Michigan should give them a little bit of trouble, but not too much. I think their toughest matchup could be another team that we're going to talk about in this East bracket. But other than that, I think I like their path for the most part. I think they're probably the best team overall in the tournament, one of the more consistent teams in the tournament. Their losses aren't bad, so I go Villanova number one. Kansas, I'm going to rank number two. And kind of some of the same things. Bill Self's won a championship. He's been in the Final Four quite a few times. Has been there. Um, just has great experience and everything there. And I think their bracket's panning out to be a little easy as well too. Number three, I have Gonzaga, and one of the reasons that I mark Gonzaga down is because they don't quite yet have a championship. They probably have the best team on paper, so to speak, but they're just not quite. The championship. It seems like they always have great teams, but between the schedule they play and everything, it just hasn't pandered out yet for them. So I'll put them number three, but they have a great chance to win it this year. Number four, I like Duke. It's hard to go against Coach K and his pedigree there in the tournament. Their team's been coming along, holding its own. I think this matchup against TTU is going to be very, very tough. It wouldn't surprise me if Texas Tech pulls this win out. Texas Tech's probably the best defensive team overall, if not the second best defensive team. It is going to be a tough matchup, I think, for Duke. Now, the defense being talked about, Houston's who I have ranked number five, and they're probably, again, they're arguably the best defensive team, if not the second best defensive team. They're going to give Arizona all kinds of fits, and a lot of my brackets I had actually picked. I am actually picking Houston to beat Arizona. I don't think the conference that Arizona plays in is all that tough. You could probably say the same about Houston's conference, but I just think Houston has had some good competition this year, and their defense is really tough. Number six, I have Purdue, and I just like the way Purdue's playing right now. I think their guys are playing very well. They have a lot of height on their team. Can out rebound you as long as they stay consistent throughout the game. Then they'll beat teams. It's when they don't stay consistent in their offense and in their defense that they get in trouble. They usually blow leads, but overall, they're a good, solid team. Um, Texas Tech, I have next. We were just talking a little bit about Texas Tech. Their strong defense, their offense suffers, but defensively they can match up to any team in the league. And then I have North Carolina, University of North Carolina. This team isn't all that great necessarily on paper, but they have a lot of heart. I think they're really fighting for Hubert Davis. They've been coming along. They just took it straight to Baylor. They destroyed Norfolk State. The UCLA matchup's going to be a little tougher for them, but we'll get to UCLA in a minute. But I just like UNC going forward. Arkansas is who I have ranked next. I don't feel like there's any one particular thing that Arkansas does super great. They're a good, solid team. I think they're going to run into their matchup here with Gonzaga. I mean, they have a shot to beat Gonzaga, but I just think Gonzaga is going to have more weapons, more tools. Arizona. Now, some of you, if you're watching all this all the way through, you're going to be Arizona here all the way at 10. Yes, yes. I've never liked Arizona this whole year. I didn't think they deserved a one seed. I still don't think they deserve a one seed. I think they're going to get taken down by Houston, if not by hell. If Michigan even wins, I could see Michigan even beating them, but more likely Villanova. I just don't see them advancing much farther. I might be wrong. I might be totally wrong. Providence is who I have at number 11. Providence is a gritty team. I didn't have much faith in them either coming in this tournament, but they're sticking it out. They're holding their own. I just think they're going to run up against the gauntlet versus Kansas here. Miami is who I have next. Now, I'm not a Miami fan, but I think their coach is good. I just don't think they get quite the players that these other teams get, but they're good. They're gritty. We've already seen it. They got opponent in Iowa State who plays pretty good D, but I just think they can win here. We'll find out more about Iowa State's coach in this game, but I'll take Coach Larinaga in Miami in that game. And then Michigan, I would like to have Michigan higher, but they're going to run up against Villanova. I think they've kind of gotten lucky getting in this tournament a little bit. They've managed to do it just well enough to get in there and make noise. And hell, that Michigan win versus Tennessee was just fantastic. So you got to give them that credit going forward. Otherwise, I'd have them as one of the lower teams in these rankings. Iowa State, just kind of an inconsistent team. When they put it together, they can challenge just about anybody, but we don't always see it with them. And UCLA, I know some of you are going to go, God, Lee, UCLA all the way down here, 15. Yes, I do not like the coach. I do not like the team. I just feel like they're inconsistent. They grind too hard sometimes, and it costs them in games. I just don't like the game plans that this coach puts together. He's not a bad coach, but it just seems that the teams he coaches just always fail about at this point. So that's what I'm predicting. And then, St. Peter's, nobody's given them any credit so far, and I'm not going to either. I just think at some point your luck runs out, with 15 seeds. So that's what we're going to see here in this matchup for them. And, it's a great story, but I just don't see them bringing it to Purdue. I just don't. But that's the rankings, and that's kind of a little bit about how I see its game. So feel free to disagree. Please post comments about what you think. You can even put down your rankings as well, too. Make sure you like and subscribe over here, somewhere right in here. Make sure you do that, please. And please share the videos, too. If you like them, share them. I appreciate that. We'll talk to y'all soon. Bye.